There has been growing public dissatisfaction with issues related to deer hunting in Wisconsin.
So Governor Scott Walker appointed Dr. Jim Kroll to talk to hunters, landowners, and the DNR to review the state's deer management plan. Dr. Kroll, who's been nicknamed the Deer Czar in Wisconsin, just released his first report. And he joins us now live from downtown Madison with some of what he found. Now, what were the major problem areas that you found?
The major problem areas, we can characterize them as three. One is the use of the SAK, or sex-age kill model. To estimate deer numbers, we found significant deficiencies in that, and it's not very accurate. So we recommended going to a more simplified system. Also, in chronic wasting disease eradication, after a decade, that's been unsuccessful. So we're recommending that they move to a more passive approach. And then, most important of all, we're recommending that we get boots on the ground, put the biologists back out there with the public and as part of a deer management assistance program.
Dr. Kroll, we can hear your accent. It's very obvious you're not from around here. You're originally from Texas, and I know that that was the subject of some controversy when you were talking to hunters. Do you think that made you more objective, looking at the concerns here in Wisconsin, the fact that you're not from Wisconsin?
Absolutely made me more objective. And of course, I work in every state and province from Mexico to Canada. I've been doing this 48 years. I knew me being from Texas was going to be a problem with some people, but I think everybody found out I was not trying to turn Wisconsin into Texas.
And obviously the most important part is that you know what you're talking about. And would you say that we need to make minor or major changes to the management plan here for deer?
We need to make some major changes, and it's not going to happen overnight. There's some things that are low-hanging fruit that we can start off pretty early and see some progress, but it's going to take 3 to 5 years to get this back to where it needs to be.
Well, I know you did listening sessions all around the state, and what kinds of things did you hear from hunters and landowners about what needs to change?
One of the things that we heard more often than not is, are you going to put the fun back in deer hunting? It's become so complicated, regulations are so complicated that you almost have to have a lawyer with you when you go to the field. And the other thing was they were amazed that we actually were interested in listening to them and hearing what they had to say.
So on a positive note, what were some of the things you were impressed by here in Wisconsin when it comes to the deer hunters?
I'll tell you what, the thing that impressed us the most was the depth and breadth of the knowledge and information that the average Wisconsin hunter has. We used to laugh and say, I think that's because you're winners and you have a lot of bars and they have a lot of time to talk. but the hunters and landowners of Wisconsin are much more informed than they are in a lot of other states I work in.
Yeah, they're very passionate about it here. It's an important part of our state heritage. So do you think most of your recommendations will be implemented? What's the next step with the things you suggested?
The next step, I think they will, and the DNR is really excited about this, and I really believe that they are. The next step is to put together an implementation team that's overseen by the governor's staff, and Secretary Stepp is real eager to get going on it, and I think that it won't take long and they'll start to make some changes. Now, some of our recommendations are going to require changes in legislation, and of course that's going to take time.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us about it tonight. Thank you so much, and congratulations on all your hard work.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a pleasure and an honor, believe me. It's the greatest honor of my career.
Thanks so much.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you, Dr. Kroll.
Have a good night.
You're welcome.